Welcome back to The Rosy Romantic. I'm Bree, and today we're going to be ranking TV, film, and book boyfriends. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Also, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe because we love talking all things romance here, and we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. So tell your aunties, tell your cousins, tell your friends, and grab your drinks, grab your snacks, and let's chat. And just to let you know, there may be spoilers throughout this video. So let's jump right in. So I wanted to do this ranking because every time I'm watching a show, usually I find a really cute guy, right? And when you're watching like the storylines and things, you have to think, you're like, would he be a good boyfriend? Like, for real, like even though he's a cool, cute character, like would he be a good boyfriend? Like we gotta know these things. So this is why I came up with this ranking. The very top, which is the new song Man I Need by Olivia Dean. Okay, now this is the man I need. I mean like future like husband material, okay? That would pretty much like love me no matter what. Like this is the man for me, okay? The man of my dreams, right? Then we have the second category is boyfriend material. Like, yes, I think he could be a good boyfriend. Maybe husband material, but not yet the man I need, okay? But definitely in the category of like would make a good boyfriend, right? And then the third one is So Easy to Fall in Love. Again, another Olivia Dean song because y'all, that album was really good. I think it's called The Art of Loving. If you haven't listened to it, you should listen to it because it's been on my playlist as of late. So this one to me seems like that the guy is cute, he's caring, right? Maybe not the best boyfriend, but yes, it's easy to fall in love. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that category is there. The fourth category is cute, but is he worth it? Like you have to think about this, like in all these storylines of these shows, sometimes you're like, no, if I had to really realistically think about this, and I was in that show, he's cute, but is he worth all this drama? Okay, and is he worth me is it worth putting me through all of that? Probably not, if it's like something that's just too much, right? And then the fifth one is he don't want to be saved, don't save him. Okay, yes, I play on the lyrics, she don't want to be saved, don't save her. Same thing for the men, okay? If he don't want to be saved, don't save him. Because if he wants to do like dangerous things and he just wants to treat you like trash, honey, I'm not dealing with it anymore. And just because he's cute, okay, that we're not, tolerating any of that. So I came up with a list of boyfriends in TV, film, and books that are really popular. Like if you go on TikTok or on Threads that you are constantly seeing and hearing talk about, or that I just personally love, okay? That made the list. So number one, okay, the first one, man of the hour, is Carmi. Yes, Carmi from The Bear, Carmen Berzatto. And here's my thing, okay? Like, I am, like we talked about time on the channel, that I'm a retired Sid Carmi fan. Yes. And will maybe I like them in the future? Yes, like that's always gonna be a possibility, okay? But for him as a boyfriend, like him being a boyfriend to Claire, like he's just not there, like really, and he's going through a lot of things, and I completely understand that, right? And even Sid understands that. She's like, okay, I know you're going through a lot, but spoiler alert, you're leaving me here at the restaurant alone. Okay, he also leaves Claire alone, like he was in the fridge, or was it the fridge, or what, it was the walk-in. Okay, and he's basically like, I'm not fun, I don't believe in fun, all these things. I don't probably want to be with that man, right? Even though he's cute, he is, sometimes can be humorous. He's very romantic, like he probably make like you like the best meal ever, and maybe have like one romantic weekend. But he's not like that all the time. So where would I put Carmen Berzatto? I'm gonna put cute, but is he worth it? And like I feel like I would just say like, and I'm gonna put in parentheses, needs therapy. Okay, like we care, but it's just a lot on us, and you see that for Sydney and for Claire. Like, no matter what teams that you're on, or you know that you want just maybe Carmen to be by himself and Sydney to be by herself, it doesn't matter. That he really needs to work on all of the past trauma that he's gone through, and it's pretty much just gonna be him talking about what he's gone through and not, you know, what you're going through. You see what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a two-way street. Okay. Now we have Superman, more specifically the Superman of 2025, you know, the Clark Kent. And I would say definitely right off the bat, he's boyfriend material. Like, maybe not the man I need, okay, but he will always be there to save me, hopefully. Oh, could you imagine that Superman doesn't come in to save you? Because he's like, oh, I guess I got, you know, too much on my plate that, you know, I'm sorry if you were Lois and then that didn't work out. That is really unfortunate. But I think he does take the time to listen. That would be, you know, there for you. Now, in regards to like husband material, like, is really put the commitment, right? Will he put you first? And sometimes for Superman, it won't be the case, okay? That pretty much the world needs him, they need saving, so they will always come first and not you. Oh, you know, I didn't think about that. You know what? I'm gonna change it. I'm actually gonna change it this time. I'm actually gonna put so easy to fall in love, okay? Because maybe he is a good boyfriend to a point, okay? Because he's beholden to what he has to do, you know, in the world, unless the other person, the Justice League, you know, help him out and be like, oh, you know, Superman has a date night, and, you know, and all the other characters like Hawk Girl and Green Lantern, you know, help him out. But other than that, like, the more that he becomes Superman, the more that goes on, the more villains will get more villainous, and he'll have to do that. So, actually not. But it'd be nice to fall, you know, be in that relationship to fall in love. That's interesting. Okay. And then who do we have next? We have Dudley from The Preacher's Wife. I know, y'all are judging me. I know y'all look at me like, why is he on the list? He wasn't a boyfriend. Okay, but in The Preacher's Wife, okay, everybody knows that Dudley, like, he's the man. He's the man. And we know that the whole movie is about, you know, pretty much Whitney Houston's character getting back with her, you know, husband, played by, I think it's Courtney B. Vance, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So she's trying to get back with her husband, right? But like, Denzel plays Dudley with, like, he's so suave and he's smooth. Like, you remember that ice skate scene? Like, you're like, my heart was like leaping. I was like, oh my goodness, like, this is so romantic. And then when he saw her sing, it was just really cute. So if the husband, okay, if she wasn't married, okay, this is what I'm saying here, then I think, all right, it'll probably be easy to fall in love, because I don't really know much of, like, is he gonna stay committed? I mean, he's committed as the angel, which is good. So he helped be held accountable. But maybe I'll plan the same thing with Superman. Like, you know, I guess, you know, he's gonna be beholden to different things there. But he's cool, he's suave. Like, we would love, you know, to have as a boyfriend. So up next we have Matthew Murdock, or Matt Murdock is Daredevil. Matt will put you through a lot. And from what all the seasons that I've seen, that, like, he puts you in immense danger. Okay, at least Carmi doesn't do that. Okay, Carmi won't text you, won't talk to you, okay, for a while, and then come up and say, like, oh, I want a relationship with you. But he won't put you, like, in immense danger. Like, Daredevil will do that. Superman at least will get you out. He, like, sometimes isn't, like, I don't know, like, present in the relationship. So for me, he's cute, but don't save him. He don't want to be saved. Don't save him. Like, and he always gonna go back with Elektra, right? So, like, why am I even giving myself the chance?
I'm sorry, honey.
Next up, we have everybody's favorite, everyone's favorite, which is George. George from Queen Charlotte, we already know this. We already know what category I'm gonna put him in. Not boyfriend material, like what, come on. There we go, man I need. Even though there's so much that him and Charlotte go through, like, he is attentive, he is sweet, he's understanding, he listens. Now, and that the whole, you know, maybe that temper thing that we would have a problem with, I'd be like, you need to check yourself, George. But I think it was coming, yeah, a place of fear, but we still want to, you know, check that, because I ain't doing that. But like, this man is good. This man is good. He's just, there's nothing other than the whole, like, the, you know, the small temper thing, that I have to say. Like, he calls Charlotte a rare jewel. Like, he just, every time he's with her, like, he appreciates their friendship and values their love. Like, and it's just, and then they love each other unconditionally. So, oh yeah, definitely George is in The Man I Need. Come be the man I need.
That's all him though, you gotta remember that. That's all him.
And then sadly, we have to go to a man that I don't need. I'm gonna be honest, okay? This is Conrad.
Yup.
I'm sorry, if you're a Conrad fan, I am so sorry, but I have to be truthful, okay? For me personally, okay? This is not fact. This is just for me. I will say, he don't want to be saved, don't save him. I'm gonna put, same with Matt Murdock. I don't know, they have this type of, like, they care, but they don't care. Like, they could, like, love you for years and then be like, okay, I really want to put in the effort now.
You were obviously still so in love with me.
Obviously.
But you've been waiting, like, there were 3 to 4 years to be with them, and you're like, I can't waste my time. I'm not gonna waste, you know, my life just waiting for you. Like, you know what Hilary Duff said? You know, in Cinderella Story, when she was talking to Awesome Ames, you know, she was in the locker room, and she's like, waiting for you is like waiting for a rain in this drought. Useless and disappointing. And that's what happens. Like, they're cute, and they're interested in you, and then all of a sudden, nothing. At least Carmen Rosado, at least Carmi, you know, after, you know, all that he went through, will be able to go back and apologize. These two right here are like, oh, what's an apology? So, even though Carmi took a really hard time to apologize. Yeah, that's the one I had to put there. Then we have Jack from While You Were Sleeping. Okay, we all know where I'm gonna put this on the list. And, man I need. Jack is so dreamy, and it's just like, to see how wonderful he is with his family, and that he truly loves them and adores them, even though they can be silly and goofy, that he loves them no matter what. And I love that about his character. Like, there's nothing bad to say about Jack. Like, he is, yeah, the man I need, like, husband material, definitely. Then we have Ethan from Chicago Med. Now, Ethan is a really kind, sweet guy, but he will always, he might put medicine before you. He might. So I'm gonna say easy to fall in love, because what he does, like, is see a superhero, like, you know, he's a doctor. And that he is, but he's always will be loving and caring, attentive to you, but he also has to save lives. Like, also realizing that when you go into the relationship, but he's, you know, really cute, really sweet, will, like, have really, probably, you know, cute date nights and things. But again, knowing, realizing he's a doctor. And when you're dating a doctor, you know, all that entails, right? Okay, well, I put him in boyfriend material. Maybe I will. You know what? Actually, boyfriend material. Because I love a man dedicated to his job. You know, like, I just don't want him to take over his life, but I do like that. And then we have Joshua Pierce from F1, which I think would also be good boyfriend material. Okay, we didn't get to see it be a boyfriend in the movie, because they should have put someone actually in the movie, because I feel like they would have been like a really good couple. But just by seeing, like, his charisma, and also how he has the great relationship with his mom. Like, he's really, you know, sweet, again, caring, attentive. We love to see it. He also has like his own, you know, his charisma. Like, he's in the race suit, and I was like, ooh, he's sexy. So yeah, I wouldn't say good boyfriend material. Now, will you have to travel the world with him? Yeah, but I feel like he will always keep his eyes on you, okay, and not on someone else. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'll put him in boyfriend material. Because F1, guys, F1. If you haven't watched F1, you definitely should, because it's a really great sport. Not just because the guys are cute, okay, because I actually really find that the sport is very interesting. General Kerrigan.
You in danger, girl.
Y'all, we have to be serious. We have to be serious, okay? And spoiler alert, General Kerrigan from Shadow and Bone is the Darkling. And even though he's played by Ben Barnes, which he is fine, I'm going to have to say, okay, he don't want to be saved, don't save him. Okay, and that's probably number one. Number one, he wanted to be saved, don't save him. He does some wild things. Some crazy things, some evil things. So that's gonna be no for me. Even though in the beginning he's very charismatic, and that he's kind of the swoon-worthy man, right? That once you know, take a look at him, he's like, hey girl, and you're like, ah, okay. But then all of a sudden he be doing like, you'd be like, so what are you doing over there? He'd be like, don't look at that. Yeah, I'm just, you know, being evil. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want the good guy, okay? I don't want the bad guy. I want the good guy. That's definitely on the top of the list of he don't want to be saved, don't save him. All right, then we also have from Divergent. And because it's played by Theo James, and you know Theo James is fine. Like, everybody on this list is fine. But I'm gonna say, like, he cares, but to an extent. He also needs some therapy as well. I'm gonna say that. Cute, but is he worth it? He cares, but he's like there. But he's not really there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he needs to do better and needs to work on that, which I think he could do with therapy. I don't know what he's seen. He's been through a lot. So I'm gonna say, yeah, cute, but is he worth it? Like, am I gonna put a lot of time and effort into this relationship if I'm only going to get the man that I met, okay, in the beginning, and that's all I get? Then we have Nick from Crazy Rich Asians. Man I need, okay? That man, sweet, kind, understanding. You see, there's a theme here. And also be willing to listen, to have an open heart and open mind. And that's what Nick is, okay? Nick is an excellent man, all right? And so he will forever, okay, unless he messes up, okay, which, you know, no one's perfect, okay? Nobody's perfect. I gotta work it. But for the most part, okay, definitely going to be in the category of man I need. Then we have Jay from Covert Affairs. Now, Jay from Covert Affairs, I think that Jay should have dated Annie, all right? But that wasn't gonna happen, even though in my heart, I was like, okay, we can have an enemies to lovers thing, because Jay was that character that was like annoyingly cute. Like, you can't stand him, but then in your heart, you're like, oh, like, I could see an enemies to lovers thing. Like, there's something about him where you're like, oh, he must have a heart of gold, like that he's sweet and understanding if you know, get to know him, kind of thing. So I'm definitely gonna put him in the category of, yeah, so easy to fall in love. Actually, right between, yeah, Superman and Dudley from Preacher's Wife, because, yeah, there's this, again, this sort of suaveness to him. But as you get to know him, like, he starts to be like more vulnerable with you, which I wish they got to explore more on the show. But I can already tell that by his character because he played it so well. You know what I'm saying? So definitely going to put Jay, like, he just needed more for that character. Like, I'm so upset the way the storyline goes. But yeah, Jay, Covert Affairs. It's so cute, so cute. Also, could you do me a favor? Subscribe if you haven't already, because we're gonna talk about part 2 and you need to be here. So I'm gonna split this up into 2 parts because my battery is running out, so that will be coming soon. Let me know who else I should add on the list if we're doing a part 2, and I hope you have a comfy, cozy rest of your day. Bye.